welcome to the Mind of Royer. I had a birthday this month in April, and it was a great time. I kept it simple, just relaxed with my wife at our place, and it was very chill. And during my time of peace, I had a thought that truly the best things in life are immaterial and non-physical. And what I mean by this are the best things in life aren't tangible. They're not things that you can touch, but really they're more than that. And they can't be captured with however much money you might have, but they are sustainable and they come through devotion to a certain way of life and to a commitment toward a certain level of standards where you will not be possessed by anything, but you won't be controlled by anything. You'll have a genuine freedom. And I'm being vague because these things are applicable to every aspect of our life. And once you attain them, you realize how great it is. And you realize that those material things that are purchased for status or they're obtained at an attempt to provide satisfaction, that satisfaction only contributes to that existential vacuum that will just require more and more sensory related things to try to fill the void, when in reality we need to dig deeper, and you need to obtain those things that aren't immaterial, but they provide you a lasting experience of satisfaction. The first of these things is peace, and one aspect of peace is the mental aspect, or peace of mind. And with this is confidence, confidence that you are able to navigate life, confidence that you'll be able to overcome obstacles that present themselves to you, confidence in yourself and your capabilities. Also, mental peace comes with an adaptability where you're able to apply changes and continue improving, because in order to improve, one must change, and that you are able to meet everything in life head on, and to do so with reason and in being rational, and that fosters mental peace. And mental peace is obtained through responsibility and self-control, and being able to make decisions wisely and staying within your means, so you're not stretching yourself too thin or falling into a delusion that you're able to act in one way when in reality there's going to be a negative consequence as a result of that irresponsibility. Another form of peace is emotional peace. Involving emotional peace, there is trust and stability. Trust in regards to emotions not only applies to one's romantic life, but also trust in many relationships and having integrity and being truthful, none of which are physical nor material. But these things come through relationship building and through really the golden rule in treating others as you would be treated, and being the example as a trustworthy person, and maintaining the respect and the trust of others. And that ensures you deep in your heart, when you know you're being truthful and you're treating others how you should. There is no shame, there's no guilt involved in there. You are emotionally stable. And that's that second part. Emotional stability is a form of peace where you're not constantly stressed or not constantly worried or depressed or anxious. You are actually at a very good level of, I don't want to call it homeostasis, because that's just perfect balance. And in life, you're going to get knocked off balance. But it is a sense of balance, and it's a balance with strength, because when you are knocked off balance by life, because in life there is suffering and hardship, that emotional peace, if you are strong emotionally, then you will already be equipped with what it takes to pick yourself back up and not let it burden you or hinder you from continual progress. And the third form of peace that I'm going to bring up is spiritual peace. This is very important. Spiritual peace is our hope and our assurance, our hope in the future, and our assurance that we are going to be provided for and we are going to remain strong and capable. Although the future is uncertain, I'll use a personal example for me. My hope, my trust, my faith is in the Lord Jesus Christ. And each day I have a deep, genuine experience of spiritual peace that He loves me, and as an all-powerful God, He's going to sustain me and provide for me, and all things will be in line with his will, which happened to me. And since he does love me, and he makes it clear in the Bible, in God's word, then I have that sense of hope and assurance in my life, because I have assurance that he's going to be with me all my life through my imperfections and my mistakes and through my victories and successes. And hopefully he's going to orchestrate my life and correct me and continue equipping me to become the man that I should be. And that's my hope and trust in him. And that really contributes to my spiritual peace. The next best immaterial and non-physical thing is joy. First, regarding joy, is gratitude, which is for our blessings. When we have genuine joy as a result of gratitude, it's because we've considered the great many things that we have been given in this life. And a lot of times these things are those physical and material things, but those aren't the reason for our joy. We are just joyful as a result of knowing that we have them. And I know that sounds backwards, but many people who have a great many things, many people who are rich and have a great deal of wealth and a great deal of status and material goods, they're void of joy. They don't have any joy. They are unable to experience life to the fullest just because of some sort of mental or emotional or spiritual state that is keeping them from really considering how good they have it. And despite all the good they have, they find themselves without joy. We are able to live our life, and we are able to do so with purpose and not thinking and being fixated on what we don't have and complaining that one person has more than us or someone has something we have. Because coveting and jealousy and greed, that just contributes to a negative state of mind. You can't be grateful. You can't have gratitude and thankfulness in the same mindset of being entitled and thinking you deserve more and being bitter and jealous of other people for what they have and you don't have. So eradicate that. If you have any of those negative experiences of bitterness, greed, and jealousy, if you really want that true joy of gratitude, consider what you have and be thankful for it, because it could be a lot worse. The second form of joy is with purpose, and that's your meaning. Finding meaning in life is so huge, because without meaning, people think life is meaningless, that they have really no purpose in this life. So when you discover your meaning, whether it's being a good father, whether it's being a good employee, whether it's serving in another country on some humanitarian or mission project, that is meaning. When you're able to find reason to get up, get out of bed, and put forth your best effort, you're driven by a sense of meaning. And that contributes to joy, because with that, you have a sense of purpose in life, that you are placed here to do what you are called to do. And that is it. That brings joy, because you feel worthwhile. You feel like you are making a positive contribution, which you are. Believe it. A second form of joy is hope, and that's our calling. With hope, we look to the future, not knowing exactly what's going to happen, but knowing that there will be a good result of all of our faith and work that we have put forward, the trust that we have placed in God, or if you are, outside of the religious spectrum, the trust you have placed in this system that you have been pursuing, whether it's institutionally with higher education, or if it's your commitment and loyalty to an employer. It's that hope you have for a brighter and better future. And in my example, I have a lot of hope in knowing that God is going to bless me, that he loves me, and that he has great plans to use me. And, that I am living out his calling for my life. And, that brings me a great deal of joy. The third best immaterial and non-physical thing is love. Love wraps it all together. And without love, people would kind of live out vacant, void lives. Let me explain. First, a love of people and how people care. And in showing care, it really blesses us and makes us feel supported. Also, kindness, the love of kindness, the love of lifting people up, the love of highlighting their good qualities, the love of building them up instead of breaking them down. Also, the love of selflessness, the love of putting other people first and considering their desire, their preference before your own. That just shows a genuine, selfless love. Also, the love of comforting others when people are mourning, when people are depressed, when people are upset, reaching out to them and showing in love that you care, that you are there for them, and that you're willing to help them through whatever situation they're going through so they can overcome it and be stronger in the end. And also that empowering love, that love that motivates, that love that encourages and convinces people to apply themselves and to see how God will work through their lives to their benefit and to his benefit and to other people's benefit, and to make a genuinely positive contribution. And lastly, the love of God and the love that God has for us, the love that we should have for God. Because the love of God comes with salvation, which is a blessed life on this earth, with him providing for us, giving us peace, joy, and love, but also our salvation through Jesus Christ, where we can pass away, our physical bodies pass away on this earth, and then we can dwell in heaven forever with the Lord who loves us in a place that is much better than this place, where there is no death, there is no sadness, there is no evil. It's a free gift, and it's the gift of salvation through Jesus Christ. Simply accepting it, and then with that, acknowledging that there will be change take place in your life because God molds us. He wants to continue improving us and pouring into us. So for those who expect salvation to be accepting him and nothing happening, that would be a pretty dead, boring, unfruitful salvation. But no, he wants us to accept him and then to help us discover what a wonderful life it is with having God bless us and be at the center of our lives. And with that love of God, there's also provision, and that comes with that hope, that joy, that peace. And then not only those sustainable, non-material, non-physical things, but everything else. His provision of the food and the water we have, the air we breathe, the sun that warms this earth and provides food for us, the rains from the clouds. I can go on, but that blessed provision, that's the love of God. Despite whether we love him or not, whether we believe in him or not, he allows the sun to rise on both the believer and the non-believer, on those who both love him and don't. And it's because of that impartial love he shows for us. He protects us. He guards us. He is our shield. He keeps us healthy. He keeps us safe, and especially those who trust in him. And if you're skeptical and you don't believe it, I just encourage you to place your faith in him and see how he works in your life. Because it's easy to stand back and scoff, but until you actually take that step of faith boldly, with courage, and not counting yourself unworthy or tossing it aside and claiming that it's worthless, because trust me, it's the best decision you'll make in your life. And if you want these 3 best things that are immaterial and non-physical, if you want love, joy, and peace in your life in abundance, give your life to God. Accept Jesus Christ into your life, and he will do amazing things. He will bless your heart and your mind. He will shift your priorities and your perspectives in a way that are so much better than you would have believed. Be willing to change. Be willing to have your mind change and not to believe that you already have it all figured out, because chances are none of us do. We're always going to continue improving, and that's the best thing about it, is God doesn't want us to just degenerate into a physical death, but as our physical bodies age through this life, our spiritual bodies will be matured, our faith will be matured, and we'll be blessed in an amazing way if we just follow the path he has laid out for us. So again, if you want love, peace, and joy in abundance, Jesus Christ is the way to that. Believe it, pursue him, abide in the Lord, and love him because he loves you. That's it for me. Thanks for tuning in.